10 anti-woke celebrities who faced massive backlash. I mean, right now we're looking at Kanye West. Kanye West, it's just, I loved his music, still love his music, but he definitely seems to be going through some kind of mental health episode. It seems like since his mum died, it's just been a real downward spiral for him. Some of the stuff he says nowadays, it's just, it's pretty out there, and that's putting it lightly. Hopefully he manages to get himself sorted out because, The College Dropout was one of the first albums I ever owned. So yeah, I'm interested to see who else is going to make it onto this list.
The fallout continues for Ye, formerly known as Kanye West, whose recent anti-Semitic comments have caused public outrage.
Welcome to Watch Mojo.
Was that a gum shield in his mouth?
Oh. And today we're diving into some of the most infamous times when well-known figures with a reputation for opposing woke topics found themselves facing public ire.
And it's important that there be both the reality and perception of trust for a wide range of viewpoints.
Hulk Hogan. Once a pro wrestling icon, Hogan has seen his reputation fall in recent years.
Today, he's fighting outside of the ring to maintain his legacy.
Could we stop for a second?
Terry Bollea, the man behind the once indestructible Hulkster, letting his guard down.
Starting back in 2015, he was fired from the WWE after he was recorded uttering a racial slur. In 2024, shortly after speaking at the Republican National Convention to endorse Donald Trump, Hogan went to a club in Medina, Ohio. He addressed the crowd, asking them if they wanted him to body slam Kamala Harris.
You want me to body slam somebody? You want me to body slam Kamala Harris?
Hogan went on to make other inappropriate and derogatory remarks about the former vice president before performing an outdated and stereotypical greeting associated with Native American culture. The crowd was noticeably less enthusiastic. If Hogan thought his anti-woke behavior would be fine at WWE Raw in 2025, he was very mistaken, as he was greeted with a chorus of boos.
And I had to be a good guy in LA.
Yes.
Now, if this was for wrestling, and they turned on me like that, I'd have turned into Hollywood Hulk Hogan. I said, oh.
Gina Carano.
Man, it's a shame. I really, I was a big wrestling fan as a kid. Hulk Hogan was obviously one of the big, him, Triple H, Rey Mysterio, The Rock, those were the guys. So when I heard that recording, the one on the phone, the voicemail, massively disappointing. So disappointing.
After making the transition from mixed martial arts to acting, Carano's career was taking off. After all, she was cast in Deadpool and got a recurring role in The Mandalorian.
This is Navarro. We're here. This entire area is the green zone, completely safe. But over on this side is the problem.
However, away from the screen, Carano's views were often problematic. She mocked people choosing their own pronouns, criticized the Black Lives Matter movement, spread voter fraud theories, and belittled mask mandates.
I was speaking out about lockdowns, mass vaccinations, and pronouns way before anybody was even, saying a word about it. And so I was a little bit ahead.
The tipping point was a post she made in 2021 where she compared the treatment of individuals with certain political views to the persecution of Jews during the Holocaust. This sparked the hashtag #FireGinaCarano, which trended on social media. Soon after Carano was fired from The Mandalorian, she issued a lawsuit against Disney for wrongful dismissal, which is set to go to court in 2025.
I shouldn't have gotten fired for my supposedly controversial tweets. They were not controversial. They were just having trouble with where I was coming from, I think.
Sharon.
Do you think if she could go back in time and not say what she said that got herself fired from Disney, do you think she would go back and not say it? Probably. I mean, that's why she's taking them to court, right? Because she needs the money. This is the thing, if you're famous, even if you believe something, if you need that money, if you need that income, just don't say anything. It's just such a common sense, thing. why would you risk getting fired? Like, it's just so dumb.
Osbourne. Since joining The Talk in 2010, Osbourne soon became known for her outspoken views.
What have I ever said about anybody that is racist? It's not within me. It's not within me, who I am. It's not in my soul.
In 2021, on social media, she decided to defend Piers Morgan over his comments about Meghan Markle after being asked by the other hosts on the show how she could support and validate him given his racist.
To be honest, yeah, like the whole Meghan Markle controversy, it really annoys me. Why did the media go after her so much? Like, what did she do? Like, she married Harry. That's really it. Why do the media, like, and Piers Morgan and the Daily Mail, why do they go after her so much? It's so weird to me. Like, can you tell me something that she did that was really bad, aside from marrying Harry? Like, genuinely, I'm curious to know. Like, did she kill somebody? Like,
stance, Osbourne got incredibly heated and victimized herself.
I feel even like I'm about to be put in the electric chair because I have a friend who many people think is a racist.
Due to her behavior and negative response from viewers, CBS distanced themselves from Osbourne, who left the show shortly after. Since then, she has popped up in interviews to attack woke people and the language used in those spaces.
I'm about to do something special.
Go
Sharon.
on.
I'm about to formally uncancel you because you're back now at Talk TV.
Thanks to
the same
you.
network with me.
Laurence Fox. Best known for his 9-year stint on the UK show Lewis, Fox's acting prospects vanished in 2020 during an appearance on the debate show Question Time.
Let's be really clear about what this is. Let's call it by its name. It's racism. She's a black woman. And she has been torn to pieces.
You can't.
She has been torn to pieces.
It's not racism.
It absolutely
is. We're the most tolerant, lovely country in Europe.
Fox,
what did he say? What did he say?
Dismissed claims that Meghan Markle faced racism from the British press.
She 100% did. Even today, there's like, if you go on the Daily Mail right now, I promise you, you will find at least 2 to 3 negative articles about Meghan Markle. It is bizarre. Like, why do the media constantly find reasons to bash Meghan Markle? I really don't understand. Like, I'm sorry I'm repeating myself, but don't you think it's weird as well? Like,
labeling such assertions as boring. He also accused an audience member of being racist for referring to him as a white privileged male.
So to call me a white privileged male is to be racist. You're being racist.
These remarks led to substantial public backlash, and Fox was dropped by his talent agency. He subsequently ventured into politics, founding the Reclaim Party in 2020, which focuses on opposing woke culture. This landed Fox a platform on GB News in 2022. In September 2023, during an appearance on Dan Wooten's show on GB News, Fox made misogynistic and crass remarks about a female journalist. Evidently, Fox's public standing and professional engagements have taken significant hits.
We know, of course, Ofcom have had now over 8,800 complaints made about that deeply misogynistic rant that he went on the Dan Wooten show on GB News.
What did he say? It just seems like this guy's a, messed up in the head individual. Like,
completely unchallenged by Dan Wooten, of course.
Megyn Kelly. Nowadays, Megyn Kelly is telling Netflix not to, quote, wokeify the Little House on the Prairie reboot. In 2017, Kelly left Fox News to join NBC, where she hosted Megyn Kelly Today.
And I have to give you a fair warning, I'm a little fired up over Halloween costumes this morning. Have you seen it? I mean, truly, political correctness has gone amok.
In October 2018, during a segment discussing Halloween costumes, she questioned why dressing in blackface for Halloween was considered inappropriate, referencing its acceptability when she was younger.
Okay, back when I was a kid, that was okay as long as you were dressing up as like a character.
Yeah, but when you were young, that was like the 1950s or whatever it was. Like, just because it was okay back in the 50s doesn't make it okay today. Like, jeez. Like asbestos, like people put asbestos in their houses as insulation in the 1950s. But now we know that asbestos causes cancer. So it's like, why just because something was okay in the past, should it be okay today? Like, what kind of logic? Oh.
Widespread criticism, Kelly issued both an internal email and a public on-air apology. Despite this, NBC canceled her show shortly after the incident, and she departed from the network in January 2019.
Well, Megyn Kelly looks to be parting ways with NBC. Her show, Megyn Kelly Today, is now canceled. This following a number of controversial comments she made about blackface on air and Halloween costumes.
Piers Morgan. According to Morgan, he was friends with Meghan Markle until she, in his words, ghosted him after meeting Prince Harry.
He wanted her to go on a date. He wanted to date Meghan. This is the funniest situation ever. He asked her out, she said no. And he took it so badly that he literally went on like a years-long tirade against her. It is the most pathetic thing, honestly, I've ever seen in my life. You just couldn't take the L. Take the L, move on with your life. Some of the things he said about Meghan, honestly, if someone said them about his daughter, if he had a daughter, he would be furious.
I don't believe a word she says, Meghan Markle.
Well, that's a
I wouldn't believe it if she read me a weather report. And the fact that she's fired up this onslaught against our royal family, I think is...
What onslaught?
Contemptible.
From this incident, he began to publicly criticize Markle, accusing her of hypocrisy.
What a loser, honestly. I used to really like the guy. He's an Arsenal supporter like me. Like, he used to talk a lot of sense, but it just went off a cliff.
And attention-seeking. In 2021, while hosting Good Morning Britain, Morgan belittled Markle's mental health struggles that she detailed on Oprah with Meghan and Harry.
Crazy. She said that there were times where she didn't want to feel alive, and Piers tears into her for saying that. That's it. Isn't that crazy? Someone says that they were close to unaliving themselves, and then you just pour more gas on that.
I know there's an obsession with how things look, but has anyone talked about how it feels? Because right now, I could not feel lonelier.
This sparked colleague Alex Beresford to verbally lay into Morgan on air. In response, the controversial...
Such a pathetic man. He couldn't take it when Alex, gave him a little bit back, and he walked off like a baby.
Host walked off stage. Later that day, Morgan quit the program in disgrace.
Pathetic.
As well as writing a book against woke and cancel culture, Morgan has used his talk show, Piers Morgan Uncensored, to complain about it.
It's impossible to read a newspaper, turn on the TV, or browse any social media without running headfirst into a wall of virtue-signaling babble.
Roseanne Barr. After starring in the sitcom Roseanne from 1988 to 1997, Barr was one of TV's biggest actors.
Hold it right there. You were very, very mean to me and hurt my feelings today, and I'm not sure that I even want to talk to you yet.
In 2018, a revival of the show began airing. However, within days of the first episode, Barr tarnished her and the sitcom's reputation after tweeting a racist comment about Valerie Jarrett, a former advisor to President Obama. While she later apologized, the damage...
What did she say? What did she say?
...had been done and Roseanne was canceled.
ABC pulled the plug on the show, saying Roseanne's Twitter statement is abhorrent, repugnant, and inconsistent with our values, and we've decided to cancel her show.
It was rebooted as The Conners, with Barr's character having been killed off. After struggling to find work in the entertainment industry, in 2023, Barr released her stand-up special in which she criticizes cancel culture. She was also cast in the animated series Mr. Bertram, which follows a politically incorrect teacher.
You got to give only a certain amount of truth with a whole bunch of bullshit behind it, otherwise they can sue you.
Mel Gibson. As far back as the early 90s, Gibson was uttering anti-woke statements before they had that moniker when he made homophobic comments.
You do things that go against good judgment.
3 years later, he followed up by arguing against ordaining women to the priesthood and claimed the Rhodes Scholarship was created to promote Marxism. In 2006, the actor was arrested for a DUI, during which he uttered anti-Semitic remarks. Any shred of reputation still left was tarnished in 2010 when Gibson was recorded issuing threats and racial slurs at his then partner, Oksana Grigorieva.
40-year-old Grigorieva is trying to get custody of their 8-month-old daughter. She filed the complaint
complaint with police last week that launched a domestic violence investigation against the 54-year-old actor.
He was subsequently sentenced to 36 months of probation, along with community service and domestic violence counseling. Despite finding industry success in 2016 with Hacksaw Ridge, Gibson has hitched his support to anti-woke figures like Trump, earning himself the title Special Ambassador to Hollywood.
I'm ready, willing, and able to be of service in any way I can.
Kanye West. In early February 2025, the former beloved rapper went on a tirade on X, uttering one slur after another during a rant against everything and anyone he deemed an issue towards his views.
It's just rants and rants and rants. I cannot.
This resulted in West deactivating.
Like, what is going on with this guy? Like, what is that? I remember when people used to go to his concerts, and he would stop a song halfway through and just give like an hour-long rant. Can you imagine paying like $300 to go see Kanye? You've waited 6 months, you get there, and then instead of getting like the hits, you get an hour-long rant from, you know, a babbling idiot. Like,
activating his own account. Back in 2022, his problematic views became a big issue.
But this is Satan at the end of the day. There's a lot of people that feel like we're at the end of days.
While appearing on the controversial Alex Jones show InfoWars, West, wearing a full head covering, went on an anti-Semitic rant, denying the atrocities of the Holocaust and declaring his admiration for Adolf Hitler. With so much retaliation, on top of a brief X-ban, Adidas ended its partnership with West's Yeezy brand.
This morning, Adidas, which helped make the rapper's Yeezy shoe and clothing line a multi-billion-dollar business, severed ties with him. A major blow to his brand and bottom line, putting his career in jeopardy.
Before we continue...
Man, I wish his mum was still around. I really do. I'm sure he does, obviously, but he would just be a completely different person, I think, if she was still around.
Be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Elon Musk. As a self-described free speech absolutist and a vanguard against the quote woke mind virus, Musk has focused a lot more on the culture war in recent years than anything else.
They attack you a lot.
They do.
Yeah. and you seem to laugh it off.
This has led to accusations he's gone down a conspiracy rabbit hole and taken more extreme views.
What do you guys think of Elon Musk at the moment and what he's doing, you know? Do you think he has a right? Do you think he should be involved in government spending, considering he is, he has companies which benefit from, tax credits? Like, do you not think that's a bit of a conflict of interest? Like, do you think he has the best intentions of the American people at heart, truly? Or do you think he's just concerned about preserving his billions? Like, genuinely asking.
While conducting a speech at a rally for Donald Trump's 2025 inauguration, the billionaire seemingly issued a very particular salute, not once, but twice.
Thank you for making it happen. Thank you.
Look at this. Look at
My
this.
heart goes out to you.
Connected to Hitler.
They didn't show it. I mean, it was obvious what that was. I'm sorry. Anyone who denies that was a Sig Heil, mate, you need to get to an eye doctor immediately.
During his reign, the gesture was condemned everywhere. Musk did not explicitly deny the nature of the gesture, but criticized the comparisons as politicized attacks, making uncomfortable jokes about the incident. His supporters claimed he was sending his heart out to those who supported him.
It's really kind of worth underlining that this salute is hugely, hugely controversial, especially in Germany where it's a criminal offence to do it.
Which other anti-woke celebrities who received backlash did we miss? Former footballer Matt Letizia, musician Azalea Banks, comedian Tony Hinchcliffe, or someone else? Let us know. Did you enjoy?
Man, whew, that got me heated at times. The Meghan Markle stuff really annoys me personally, because it's almost like because she married into the royal family, like a lot of people took issue with that. And then, they just found any reason to just weigh in on her constantly. you know, I just don't understand why she gets so much, you know, so much hate. Like, what did she do? Like, and when you ask people, they're like, oh, she's an attention seeker. I don't think she asked the Daily Mail to put out 5 articles a day on her. You know, plus they've left the royal family. They need to earn a living. Of course they're going to do Netflix documentaries. They need to pay for living. So yeah, I don't know. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.